week 3 of the Baddie League Season 7. I'm here with Master Splinter. How you doing?
Could be better, man. Could have the W.
The W, yeah. I was say it's a rough life for Splinter and Company this season. But right now we
Otherwise, I'm
have...
doing all right. That was a fun game, I guess. It was better than our other one, so
Hey, there you go. Slow
Um,
improvements. Maybe next week you'll get a win.
yeah. But anyways, talking about these teams we're about to see, I don't remember their names.
We got Team Boosted on
Friendship.
blue. Yeah, Boosted Friendship on blue. And then we have Team Think
Twice or something.
Die Once.
Yes.
Think Twice this team. Who would have thought? On purple side.
Yeah, and something to note for Boosted Friendship are running 2 subs this week. So they got Cheeseburglar in for Evil Light, or wherever he's going. No, TSM is in for Evil Light, and then they're missing Dub as well.
Yeah. So they have a sub for their AD carry and their jungler. Gonna be pretty heavy.
That's gonna be a tough win for him.
Cheeseburger already subbed in for Thor on week 1, where they had a loss. But I don't think that was more of a team problem. That was not just because they had a sub. I think even with Thor, they would have had a tough time.
Yeah, that was a time problem. Well, Thor did do really well last week, so maybe he can put the carry pants on again.
Yeah, he did have a really impressive game with Corki. I think he went like 6-1 and 7 or something like that. Had some really good initiation and put out quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, we'll see if that gets banned out.
I'd not be surprised, especially because I mean, at this point you have like 3 people to focus bans on because you have 2. I mean, people you haven't seen play as much or know as well.
Right.
So I think at this point you kind of like, unless they have something really obvious, you just kind of ban the thing you know that, like, the things you know about.
And that Nautilus is something they know about. Purple put that out week 1.
Nautilus
and
was banned from Boosted. That's the team that has the 2 subs. So we have a Callista
Right.
ban. So apparently, maybe they're really worried about Callista or Yelling Pang.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with what his champion pool is. But these must be champions they've been practicing recently.
Yeah. I know LeBlanc is Thor's other popular mid laner. I'm pretty sure like the only ones I've really seen him play and have success on are LeBlanc and Corki. So,
oh, maybe we'll see a Corki ban here.
Yeah.
What about something maybe he's a little less comfortable on?
Yora. Okay, so that's at Wind. Maybe they're not too worried about the Corki. I'm not sure. And what about the Fizz bans against? Oh, there's the first pick Corki coming out.
Must be Swarms.
Yeah. Not too big of a surprise there.
No,
we saw
not at all.
Thor play it to great effect, and I know that's like his most comfortable mid laner at the moment, so. And it's also a really safe pick. There isn't really too much that counters Corki mid. Even like the Assassins, like LeBlanc, which has been banned, or Zed, they even have like a fairly rough time against him. Because once he gets the package, like, he's super safe. Like, he has Valkyrie, he's gonna take a second defensive summoner because he's like an AD carry style champion. I'm really interested to see what we see as the return picks here.
Yeah, Alistar, not surprised.
I know. Alistar didn't get nerfed, right? I can't.
Don't think it's
nerf
this
on
patch.
PvE, or is that?
Yeah, I don't think it's live yet. Still
Right.
a very powerful pick.
Right. Thank you, Tree. And we see Braum Lucian coming out. 2 really solid bot lanes.
Oh, hey, actually, I'm surprised. Well, I'm not that surprised because that's one of Resquect's main champions for support is the Braum, but I mean he's got a huge boner for Thresh, so I'm surprised he didn't pick that up. But probably because
that's right. That's not bad either.
Probably just likes the Braum against that bot lane more.
Yeah, maybe they have
Which
an
I do
idea
too.
for their comp. I mean, with a double AD carry comp, Braum's really good at peeling, so that can, and you have a lot of people to proc it. So See if they lock in this Ari and Vi.
Yeah, right
Curious,
now
what
they're
are your
getting
thoughts on Vi right now? We saw her.
got a little bit buff. I didn't really
Yeah.
notice like a huge difference, I guess, but she did get a buff for her E. So
Okay.
it does less mana, so you're not as starved, and then it also does more damage, I believe. Could be wrong. It's a while since I've checked the patch notes for that.
Okay.
But she did get a buff.
What are your thoughts as a jungle main? What are your thoughts on Vi as like a jungler in the current competitive environment? She's been one that has seen a lot of the time in the limelight, but lately she's been a little overshadowed by
Can
some
gank a
other.
lot. She can gank a lot, and in the SBL, that's that's fine. That's good. It's not like you're pros. You don't need to pick those pro type junglers right now because
Yeah.
no one's a pro here. So I think Vi is a fine pick, especially since I know he plays that. He played it a lot last season too.
Uh-huh.
So comfort pick, got a buff, so bringing it up.
We see a Lee Sin and a Quinn to round this out.
Very AD heavy comp.
Yeah, I was about to make a comment about that. I'm really surprised by the Quinn with the make it an entirely full AD comp. And a Lee Sin in the jungle.
Corki does, I think a little bit more AP, but still.
Yeah, that's
A
true.
lot
But
of-
Corki does have pretty good magic damage. He's pretty even. I'd probably say like it's almost 50-50. If it wasn't for his abilities, he's probably more magic damage.
Yeah, I think he
But-
is a little bit more.
I'd say. I'm pretty sure it's like if I had to like give a percentage, like 60-40 maybe, something like that.
Also,
But-
Zorbs picks up Ari, which is
Yeah.
probably his best champion.
Oh, Corki's like 75% magic. That's right, because his autos are pretty much half magic. Oh.
Their last pick was Gangplank. It was Evelyn.
Okay, they messaged you with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. No, had a message someone come and tell me. I was saying, because Corki's autos are half magic, and then all of his abilities are magic damage, so... Corki is very magic damage heavy. Well over 50.
Yeah. But everyone else, AD, so
Yeah. But that does bring you some magic damage, so you can't just ignore it. Corki does do a
absolutely,
lot of
especially
that.
if he gets big. So
Yeah, say if he gets really big.
he's going against Ari though, and
Yeah.
should
I don't
be
know,
relatively safe, I think. Ari
I
should
think both
just
of them-
feed.
Neither of them should just feed. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Ari as a mid laner, obviously. She's just really safe and she has very few bad matchups.
Yeah, she's a good mid laner.
Yeah.
I don't like going against
Corki
her.
is the same way. Different style of champion, obviously, but he's also very, very safe in that mid lane.
Yep.
And
Alright.
so you said that's a GP top on Purple Pickle Pie?
Yeah, it was GP.
Okay. I'm not actually 100% sure how the Quinn
into Quinn.
the GP match works out.
Well, it would depend on how
if I had
good
to guess,
Purple
it'd
is.
probably be like, yeah, I'd say a Purple. That's true. Purple's a very, very strong.
If he's good at
player.
GP and can pop down those barrels quick, he could get some good damage. But I think blue team should definitely look to camp that GP early on, get Quinn going, and that's when Quinn is at her best. She gets a little bit ahead. She can
Yeah.
really bully that GP then.
I'd say same with Lee Sin. Lee Sin does actually scale like fairly well as a team fighting champion, but the thing with Lee Sin is like the later the game goes, the better you have to be at him, and like more skillful player you have to be
Right.
to still like impact that, because a lot of his late game power comes from like his flanking ability and like some really mechanics heavy like interactions. So
Absolutely.
I don't know anything about the sub, but so I'm kind of curious to see how good of a Lee Sin player he is.
Yeah, I don't know much about TSM either, so find out. They are running Cheeseburglar. Oh, I didn't even realize that they switched. Resquek is going to be ADC.
That actually doesn't like surprise me a lot.
No, it doesn't surprise me either. I just didn't even catch that the
Yeah.
first time around.
Yeah, I didn't either. Actually, I think it's because I didn't have time to trade because they dodged out immediately. So I think that's a good call for this team.
I think it's a good call as well.
As Respect was, is he the highest rated player on that team actually?
I think he is.
And that's fine. Like Evil Light was also, I think Evil Light was the second highest. So I think like that's fine. Like
Yeah, I think he was like gold 1.
yeah, I think Respect is plat, right?
Plat 5, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
check.
So like they're pretty similar, but it's to the point where it's like I think Cheeseburger is like silver, which is fine, but I think you'd rather have a plat player who's like somewhat comfortable on AD carry than put a silver player there on AD carry who, God knows how comfortable he is.
Right. Well, that might have been the thing. Maybe Cheeseburger can't even AD.
Exactly. Yeah, and then that's really bad. So we can see that Yilian Peng doesn't take after his real world inspired. We won't see double lift. We're seeing double lift in the jungle here.
I think, well, I'm pretty sure I've seen the Lee play AD, like just in normal games when I'm online and they've been playing with each other. Because I do recognize the name, but it's probably just Cheeseburger can't jungle.
That could be it too. Yeah, I'm not really familiar. I've not seen Cheeseburger. I've heard the name for quite a while. I haven't seen him play a lot lately, or really too much in general. So I'm not really sure where he goes.
So
What do you think
overall-
about both these comps, though?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely like Purple's comp better.
Yeah.
So-
Both have their strengths, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like this blue team can like take towers really, really fast. You have 380 carries.
Yeah, if they go
which
going
you can
early
scale
on,
into like
that's...
the 50. Like early on, like you can, I mean, they have good late game damage because you have 80 carries, but you're
Their
all
mid game
physical.
is also pretty spectacular if they can get ahead early on.
Yeah, I was like, because you have such good tower siege with Braum and Lee to disengage, and you just have 380 carries, so like Quinn can split, and the other two can just murder towers.
Personally, if this goes late game, I think twice, die once is gonna win.
I'd agree with that. They have a really heavy engage comp between like GP, Sivir, and Vi. And Ari can also get some picks, but it's like GP alt slows everyone down, Sivir speeds everyone up. You can run them down real easy. So I'm really excited to see how this game is going to play out.
I also think that they're gonna think twice, die once. Is if they don't get behind early on, they're gonna do pretty well in the mid game as well.
Yeah.
But if they get down early on, then Boosted Friendship can definitely take this game.
Yeah. So you already said what you were expecting, like that. Well, you want that least, and you wanted to camp the GP. So if you were in the Vi's shoes, what would you try to do?
So if I was the Vi,
yeah.
If I was the Vi, I would. You could gank top early on, or I'd say bot lane. If mid is pushed up, then you go mid. But obviously, because of the disengage that Corki has, of course, you also have the Ahri. So mid might be a better gank once you're 6.
But that's like like probably not till 6 because Corki's got double defensive summoner spells. And
right, unless like you find
Valkyrie.
him pushed up and then like Ahri lands a charm, well then he's probably gonna die. So it's situations, but Corki's probably gonna mid's probably gonna be the least ganked, I would say. I think you can get more done with like the Alistar, CC into the
Vi.
Vi.
That makes sense. I mean, and also because you could like just do a lane gank sometimes. Like if you're just like walking in, like Sivir just ults you and you all run him down, and then Vi gets close enough to ult them.
Yeah. Also, just top lane. You know, it's an AD by yourself in a long lane. She doesn't have her bird form. She does have her. I forget what the move is called. Where she hits. Yeah, the knockback.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they play it right and like she uses it before the gank.
Something. I think it's called Vault. I just know it's her E.
I don't know. I expect top lane to be is where most of the action's gonna happen early on.
Yeah. Tornado ping too high. Oh jeez. Alright. Well, gonna go ahead and have the struggle be real over here. Wouldn't be a week of the SBL without some pauses.
Yeah. Oh, why is it paused? Did they give a reason?
They didn't say anything already. There was someone said Wynn said Resquek needs to restart the tornado because the tornado ping is too high. So. Oh, and Dan helpfully reminded me, gave me a message. The vault is in fact, Quincy is in fact called vault. So
All
I
right.
was right. But he would like to also mention that it's more commonly called the name of the Boingo move. You bounce off their face. Alright, so
Yeah.
there we have Resquect.
The knockback.
Bouncing off. Yep. Yep. So yeah, the knockback, bounce off their faces. Have a good time. And I'm guessing this is just something going on with Resquect. So wait for that to figure out. And at least it would have been nice if we just saw what people bought as first items or moved out, so we could kind of discuss jungle routes, but we got nothing.
Yeah, man. Jeez.
Making it a tough time. Can't even move the screen around.
Oh, dude, we didn't do the pause of the game.
Oh, yep. This pause is brought to you by Bad Dragon, our most prolific SBL sponsor.
Can't forget about water though.
Also, water. Water's good. Drink
it's
water
free.
every day, and
Unless you pay for it.
And water's the best sponsor. I'm gonna drink some
Yeah,
water.
dude, water's
right now.
always there
Stay
for us.
hydrated. Oh man. Let's see. What else should we plug? I mean, should we plug Alpha Draft?
Alpha Draft.
Need a good cipher. Oh, he's reconnected. See, I knew I should have mentioned it. All right. So now he's reconnected. Hopefully, we will see the pause come off here. We can get into the game.
Hey man, want some action?
I know. Rough.
Oh, this is so boring, man. This is like the first game.
Oh, we did the first game have a pause? I was there for the first part of it.
There wasn't a lot going on early on in the first game. That was the joke.
Oh, okay. No. Actually, it was.
Besides this sweet tower
wait.
dive that happened, and AJS0 died. That was pretty cool.
That sounds pretty good. Alright, we get the readies coming out. We are unpaused, and we are actually in game. Praise be.
Hallelujah.
So we get some early pings coming out, based off just how everyone's spreading out. Blue by Invade, but red's definitely gonna look like they're just gonna do the standard spread out football lineup.
You got the Braum. Go for it.
Dude, Braum and a bunch of ranged auto attackers, that's a stun. Want to see it happen? Oh, and blue team's going through, but they're gonna get spotted by Thermidor, who's gonna drop ward. And they don't know about it, so they're just gonna sit on top of it. I hope. They don't care.
They found me a little moo.
Yep. And thanks to a few quick wards, we're gonna go ahead and see Boosted backing off and retreating back to their own jungle. Or
Dude, they should just wait out,
wait out that ward.
wait it out and just get in there.
Oh,
They'll lose
Queen
minions,
gets
but
spotted
it's okay.
going to the red. This could be really bad. Oh no, she's backing out fast enough. Oh. Gonna get a little bit of free damage onto Wind to start this game off. He won't heal that off.
Poor Wind.
So.
Oh, I thought Wind was gonna go and take the smalls for blue from blue. I've seen a few people
Oh,
do
to get the
that.
early level 2.
Yeah, so I've seen a few people do that.
I say, because that doesn't really set the jungler back too bad, especially
It's
if they
not
know
terrible.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we actually see Think Twice die once taking the Gromp, the bot lane.
Yeah, it looks like the junglers started up top. Thermidor started with Gromps, so we'll see 30 and goes 32, probably hitting that level 2 early, which could be really big against the Braum Lucian lane, which is the lane that's all about that level 2 power spike.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of the bot lane, like, you expect that Lucian and Braum to be super aggressive in
Yeah.
lanes, so.
I say get some early aggression going down here, just people trading back and forth. Looks like mostly blue side shoving in on this end of the map. Kind of curious to see where the junglers will end up, with Lee Sin getting his first red buff now, and Thermidor completing his clear of the top jungle. It looks like we see Thermidor walking up. He's coming for the gank on the wind.
Yep, just getting the scuttle.
Who's pushed
I
up.
like it.
Oh, yeah, we see the pings coming in. He's going to get up and close. Wind's going to start backing out. He realizes something's going on. But
yeah, you just realize, yeah, I'm kind of
waiting
pushed
it
up a
out.
lot.
Thermidor's waiting out. He finally starts going in. On-the-wind's not going to notice until it's way too late. He's going to flash the Q, though. Nice flash from
hey,
On-the-wind.
still got it. Just go around. Go around.
Yeah, just circle back. Was that On-the-wind's going to drop the ward, so he'll be safe for at least the next minute or so. We'll see if Thermidor decides to come on back. Meanwhile, we see Lee Sin finally finishing up his blue buff. So it'll be Lee Sin's turn to gank and try to see what kind of pressure he can put down.
A lot of poke battle top lane right now.
Yeah, I can imagine that's how that goes.
Yep.
A lot of back and forth, trying to see Quinn popping GP's barrels, ruining his day.
Oh, good
Lots of
burst.
damage going down on mid.
Hit that phosphorus bomb right on his head.
Yeah. What was that? Like, Corky here does quite a bit of damage, and he's establishing some early lane dominance here. He's got a decent health lead, and he still has his health pot over his orbs.
Yeah. Oh, and Lee Sin. Oh, they're going hard.
So Lee Sin going hard for the gank top. Nothing's gonna come of it though.
Yep, no sums blown.
And Vi's gonna try to sneak around, but they are all over that. They see her spotted by the ward. Tanks go out. They back up. See a little bit of early action, but nothing too crazy yet. Both junglers circling around the mid lane to see what's gonna happen here. Vi's coming around. Might try and go ahead and get a gank off on Corky, but that ward's gonna spot her.
Yeah, just
So,
farming out right now.
yeah, no, I just nothing too crazy at the moment. Surprised that we don't see a little more jungler action at the top lane, just because we know that the wind has no flash, but
Of course, there is a big 30. Definitely has a CS lead. He's 16 CS ahead right now.
oh my goodness, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I mean he does have a couple minions more in the favor of boosted. Like he has a couple more CS, but that's definitely not 15. And we see Thermidor gonna come in. Swerve's gonna try to flash charm Thor, but he's just gonna Valkyrie out and walk away. So, on behold,
That's kind of what we talked
tanks.
about early on. You know.
Yeah.
You gotta wait till you're kind of 6, otherwise that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but Ari blew her flash there for that. And we have Lee Sin waiting in the lurks, but Thermidor's gonna spot him out. The danger ping's coming down. But man, that's really rough because Ari doesn't have flash now. I mean, she has 6, so she's still pretty safe. But
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think twice about using that ult now before you can just go ahead and just go crazy with it. We have a pretty even game though, besides what you pointed out though. That big CS lead on the bot lane. And Swerve's gonna ult in, gonna throw down to the Ignite. He's gonna get the flash and the barrier out of Thor Odinson. It's gonna be a really nice trade in his favor. So now both mids are
really
equalized
nice.
on summoners.
So once Vi hits 6, should be a pretty free kill mid. Once he's like
Yeah.
pushed up and whatnot, you know. So
I say Valkyrie's a nice escape, but it's not going to get him the whole lane unless it's the package. So, and normally they're trying to make plays on the side lanes when they have the package.
Lee Sin stop.
Oh, nice flash out of Purple Pickle Pie. Make sure he stays at full health coming in. Lee Sin tries to get the ward dash and to get in a little bit of damage.
Might
Purple
see maybe a
doesn't
gank
hesitate.
top lane from the Vi. I mean, you have a little bit of time before the Quinn gets the flashback.
I want to say we have a lot of summoners down on the upper half of this map. Pretty much everyone's that aren't junglers, so be really interesting to see what these junglers decide to do off that. Ahri doesn't have any escapes right now. Corki only has Valkyrie. Both the top laners don't have flash. But on the win, bullying Purple. He's taking up a couple tower shots to even out the trade. We see Vi lurking around the side, gonna sneak past. There is no ward, but on the win might get the recall before it's off, and he will safely get to go back to base.
Yep. Good awareness to know to back off.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if Vi came in and he was still there, I think that would have been a certain kill.
Oh yeah. I think Vi should be turning 6 here after this camp.
If not, yep, just hit 6. So
There we go. It's gonna be looking for that mid gank hopefully.
yeah, this is the
Ahri has the ult. We could see first blood.
yeah. Ahri's got ult and Vi is 6. Vi ulti, really nice cooldown for ganking.
There's some nice boards put down by Thor though.
Yeah, they have really nice vision control along this river.
Gonna clear
making
this out though.
Yep. And with that, they're gonna realize that Corki's gone, but Corki has the package, so we're gonna try and see where he gets to move, make a play. He's 60 seconds to try and see what he's gonna do. Does have that minor bit of CC, so we could see him trying to make a play on the top lane.
Oh, he's roaming top.
He's roaming top. They don't know Vi's there though, so this could get really interesting. Corki's gonna come on up. He knows there's a pink ward, so he knows it's clear here. He's gonna wrap around, but Vi's gonna come in first, and she's gonna ult, and GP's gonna ult as well. Both players on red team getting lit up, but GP's gonna go ahead and pop down Corki for the first blood.
So unfortunately, Thor missed his ult.
The Valkyrie, you mean the package?
Yeah, it didn't land
Yeah.
on him. If it landed on both of them, they fucking won that.
Yeah, no, that was a very unfortunate time. Like, if you look, Purple Pickle Pie got out with like 150 health. If that package would have hit, they would have killed Thor faster, killed Purple faster. Thor wouldn't have died as quickly. They definitely could have at least gotten a 2-for-1. But instead, we see first blood on the Purple Pickle Pie.
Yeah, that's feeling pretty good if I'm that GP now.
Yeah, no, that's gotta help a lot. Puts him in the advantage now on this lane from what was a pretty even amount in CS before. We're starting to see a CS advantage develop in the mid lanes. Werbis is picking up a nice, just a little over a wave. He's got hovering between 6 and 9 CS advantage. And the CS advantage 30 to the spot lane has not grown any further. We're going to see Alistar to come in with a pulverized headbutt combo, but they're going to keep going on to Risquack. Braum's going to drop his ulti. They're going to exhaust Trace onto AD carries, and they're just duking it out, but Risquack's going to flash out under the pressure of just getting killed. That was a good trade. So we had flash exhaust for exhaust heal. That's definitely a really, and Risquack's going to have to go back. That was a really nice trade from TDO's bot lane.
Yeah. Just gonna push this in. Oh, they're gonna stay.
Yep. Looks like they're gonna stay.
Manage.
Lucian's gonna call the cuddle or call the wave, whichever you prefer. We have Lee Sin waiting in the bush right here in the top lane, looking to try and catch GP as the wave pushes under his tower. We're gonna see GP place a ward, and I think he's gonna get a lane just right after. Oh, he's gonna go recall. Really good timing. Wasted a bit of Lee Sin's time.
Yeah, we had some good good wards this game so far. Caught a lot of the ganks, making just playing safe, not too bloody.
Yeah. A really safe, really safe game. But we're looking at just over 11-minute mark. We have a 1.5k gold lead. Alright, Ward's
getting
going
that
down on
ward down on
Dragon. Yep. Might be time to see that first Dragon. Thermidor's got ult back up again, which means he's looking to gank. Then Ari's got the ult as well, so they could try to go ahead and make a play on the mid, or just try to see someone on the roam. Alistar gonna get poked down a little bit by Lucian, getting chased around. But nothing too crazy
definitely
here.
expect to see a little bit more ganks coming out of Vi. Picked up that Stalker's Blade. Makes it so the ganks are a little bit easier. Instead of going for the ward.
Yep. Oh, they think he's gonna land on the swerves. He's gonna flash to kick him back, but he's gonna kick him out just to the side. GPL's gonna come down to slow them down, and Swerves is gonna ult on the safety. Swerves is gonna flash, charm Yili and Pang. He's gonna stun him and kill him. However, Thor's gonna make sure the trade goes for 1-for-1. Wynn's gonna teleport in, and Thor we're putting a lot of damage on Thermidor. Thermidor's gonna go in, try to throw up Thor. He gets blown up, and Wynn cleans up Thermidor, making a very exciting 2-for-2 trade. Wynn and Purple Pie still duking it out in the mid lane. This favor's looking like it's going in Purple's favor, but we're going to see 30 and Ghost coming up to make sure that this fight is won. We're going to see a 3-for-2 trade.
Unfortunately, I don't know if there wasn't communication on the bot lane saying, hey, our bot lane's missing. You need to get the hell out.
Lots of damage coming out. The rest getting pulverized again. Bramwell's going to come out to disengage this fight. Lucian's going to try and call to get a little bit of damage on there, but about half of that's going to miss. And we see everyone resuming their regularly scheduled laning programming until Respect walks forward, gets hit by the boomerang and by the pulverized head, but he's really low, and 30's going to finish him off with the ulti.
That was a little ill-advised on Lucian going forward a little too hard there.
Yeah, Lucian just walked forward into that.
It results in the tower if never mind. They have 3 bots. 4 bots.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. We're gonna have the hype up pulverize go on to Cheeseburger. He's gonna flash in place, but he's still gonna get finished off by 30. I think Juan the Wind though is gonna come in and clean up. Oh my goodness, and Cheeseburger's gonna walk out with just a little bit of help to get the cutest, make sure it happens. He's in ulti to make sure that nobody's getting out alive. There, no survivors here, folks. And we're just gonna still try and finish.
Little overkill there. I love it.
Yeah, no
Lucian
killing
probably
overkill.
wanted the kill. She's like,
Zerb's trying to finish off. Alderman's gonna flash to get the displacement, and that's gonna blow Zerb's ult to try and get out to safety.
meanwhile, Vi's gonna get mid tower.
Yeah. Oh man, we are going full Clown Fiesta here, boys. Vi's gonna get this mid tower though, and that's gonna secure a really nice gold lead. We're gonna have a 3k gold lead for the Bread team.
Yeah.
We'll
see what this Quinn can do though. Got that got that Ghost Blade now. So
Quinn just picked up a lot of kills. 3 kills now coming in the lane. Very large gold advantage, and she's Ghost Blade's gonna pop. She's gonna start autoing down GP. It's gonna be doing a lot of damage, but Thermidor's coming around from the middle. She's gonna miss the flash Q though, and all the Wind's gonna just walk out to safety. Meanwhile, Lee Sin solos the dragon from behind the wall. There's a lot of things going out. That's insane. He snuck that out, and Ari's sitting right there. Alistar's waiting right there. It's right behind him. Thermidor and Gangplank are gonna dive them, pick up on the win and this top tower.
Makes up for that miss flash Q.
Yeah, meanwhile, Lee Sin and Corki coming in with the package. Gonna go ahead and try to pull up a play in the bot lane, but Swerve is shadowing behind in the bushes, so we're gonna see if we'll be able to see a counter gank here or not.
He's on a pink ward. Oh, nice. They put down another one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they know.
Oh, they're going super hard.
Braun's gonna come in, drop the ult onto 30. Alistar's gonna have Corki coming in with a huge package, knocking everyone to the side. TP's coming in. 30's gonna get lit up by Thor, and huge barrel though out of Purple Pickle Pie is gonna do a ton of damage to her strike.
Purple flash,
but he's gonna kind of. She is. Oh my goodness, I can't keep up with this fight. And we're gonna see this devolve into a 1-for-0, but Vi's coming in. Here. They want damage. Zwerve's gonna ult in. It's gonna be the barrier out of Thor, but he's gonna get caught out, and he's gonna go down. But On the Wind shows up to come out, and he's not gonna be able to finish up anyone else though. And these big barriers, he's gonna get knocked up by the Vi and finished up by Ari.
Yeah, Wind a little too aggressive there.
I feel like that's the story of this game. It's just people going too aggressive, and then a lot of big people being punishing them. And
That
now
was
we
a
see
hectic fight.
yeah, it's a really hectic fight, but we're now seeing a gigantic gold lead for TDO. The kills don't
Yeah.
show very much, but they have 3 towers, and that's a 7K
Looking for more
gold
kills.
lead.
They could have roamed
17
mid
minutes.
though, and probably got that
Yep.
if they realized it right away.
Yeah. That's a huge wave crushing it, but we see just like 6 to 7K gold lead now for red team at the 17-minute
Oh yeah.
mark.
Oh yeah,
That's
they got a huge.
really big lead.
And they got some nice deep vision in their red side. The enemy
Yeah.
red side.
I would say this is definitely now they have the opportunity to go ahead and try to either go for that mid tower or that bot tower. GP
Yeah,
just
get a
splitting
pick
away
off
here.
too.
Yeah, so they have a team that's really good at getting picks. We're gonna see GP pushing away on the bot lane and Quinn on the top, and 3 members of TDO kind of circling around this mid. Everyone trying to figure out what their next play is, but on the wing is gonna go ahead and gonna leave the minions go into the tower. Doesn't want to risk getting cut off.
Looks like they're grouping for the bot.
Yep. Trying to do the Fnatic push
Waiting
if
for
anyone shows up.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
We're
Cheeseburger.
gonna see a ton of damage and CC going out, but he's gonna barely. Yep, he's gonna go down. Big surprise.
That boy.
Oh.
That boy. Vi taking that kill.
And we see no trade goes unanswered though. Wind and Lee Sin going ahead and picking up the Rift Herald. They're gonna collapse onto Ahri here. Ahri does full summoners though. Sivir's gonna ult and they're just gonna walk out, but the charm lands onto on the wing, but the Q went the wrong way, otherwise it would have probably spelled his certain death. Very action-packed game.
Yeah, for sure.
We have Timber.
That was also slow too.
Smash Lee Sin, destroy him completely in a moment. Alistair's gonna flash and mess up the headbutt pulverize though, and Lucian's gonna dash out. We see 4 members of TDO crashing in onto the spot tower. They're gonna put it down pretty quickly. It looks like here. Boosted's gonna try and hold them off the best they can, but this tower
just
wasn't meant to be.
So that fight, the Vi auto canceled, and it probably was just like, oh shit, and then just ulted. Didn't matter, blew him up with just the ult.
Yeah, oh my god. This Vi is punching first and asking questions later. Everyone that gets in this Vi's way is just getting dumpstered, doing so much damage. And we have a disconnect from Resquect. Yep, there's the pause. Alright. We'll see what's going on now.
Yeah, Therm is just,
Okay,
pounding
so
everybody.
he did just DC.
So yeah, I guess kind of expected this, you know, playing 2 subs for boosted friendship. They had a chance, I guess, early on. They weren't too far down, but
It's
I guess
looking really rough now.
oh, it's rough. They're it's 10K down.
Yeah, I would say solid 8.5, 9K gold lead for TDO. I feel like they're probably feeling really good coming off this right now.
Right, dude, think twice, die once. They're gonna pull a Dignitas, all right? I believe.
Dignitas, you believe?
No, I don't.
I was to say, I was just looking at the gold here real quick. A solid lead on just all the lanes with just a massive difference. There's a 3K gold difference between the jungle.
Look at the CS difference too in for top lane.
Yeah, I would say that's another big source of the 1,600 gold there, 1,000 in favor of their mid lane, 1,800 in favor of their AD carry, 600 in favor of the support. They're feeling really good coming into this, I imagine, and Respect's back.
Yeah, they can really
into
just
the action.
force stuff now.
Oh yeah, and now we have 4 members of TDO coming down. They want to get another mid tower. Charm's going to land onto Thorold, and he's going to take a lot of damage. He's got the Valkyrie out. Cheeseburger's going to blow the Braum ultimate, and that's going to disengage the fight for now. Glacial Fisher says, no fight, please. I imagine they're probably just going to keep coming in, though, or they're going to go ahead and go through this jungle, see if they can set up more picks.
Yep, just keep up the vision.
Like, they're just waiting
Drive
for
him
his
out.
Lee Sin's gonna walk in, he's gonna take a ton of damage, and the blind man just didn't know there was enemies in the jungle.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be leaving soon. All of them low on mana.
Okay, that love was blind. He was able to walk free.
Double ward. Oh,
Thor with
the
the
BM.
gets the rocket, says, "Fuck you, go back in your own damn jungle." Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see 30 and Swerves go ahead and go back and buy what they have coming out for their builds.
Yeah.
Black
Like to see
Quaver
him
and
this group
Stalkers.
get this shit done.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely have the ability. We have Dragon come up in 10 seconds, so I imagine that'll be the next center of action. Everyone's there. We're gonna have a full 10-man party.
Excuse me.
And another
Oh.
charm onto this Lee Sin. You think of that, it's just he's looking for
Goes
it.
right back to that pink war. He wants it.
He wants it. His love really is blind. He's looking for all those charms, and he will find them no matter how hard it takes.
They should just start this up, man. It's
I
not like
was
they
saying,
can.
if big enough late, Thurber's gonna go on. He's just gonna smash this Lee Sin. Lee Sin's gonna flash and kick out to barely survive. That'll all but guarantee that this dragon goes over to TDO, picking up their first dragon of the game, evening that out. I don't see a world where this actually goes to anything more than 3 or 4 dragons for a team, though.
Yeah. I mean, really, if they wanted, they
Yeah.
could just group and.
No, yeah, that's what we see here. TDO once again grouping up for the mid lane. Cheeseburger gonna try and toss some moves over the mid.
Oh.
The Graceful Fish is gonna be nothing. Valkyrie's gonna go through and field the enemy team, but 30's taking a lot of damage still. Regardless, Cheeseburger's gonna move up though, and Thor Odinson's gonna get a snipe onto 30 to clean him up. Alistair's taking a lot of damage as well, but he's gonna blow his ult and walk out, and GP ult will guarantee.
Oh, they're all collapsed on Vi now.
But they're collapsing in. Vi's doing a lot of damage though, bouncing up Respect, doing tons of damage. Respect's gonna flash out though. Vi's gonna be left in the middle of their team, but she's not going down.
Oh my god.
And Vi's finally gonna go down. More using the wrong direction. Hugely Sin kick though through
Oh.
the entire enemy team, but the charm's gonna land, and it's gonna put him down, and we're gonna see a quadra kill for GP to clean up this fight.
Damn. Hey, good effort.
There was some really big barrels there.
It was a good catch on mid lane to start
That was
that
a
whole
really
fight
good
off.
catch, but then powder kegs.
Yeah, powder
GP lit a fire into that ass and it burned.
Yeah, and Vi just fucking living forever.
Yeah, I cannot believe how long that Vi survived there. I kept expecting to say it's like he's gonna die. He's in the middle of their enemy team, and then on the wind's gonna come through. He's gonna get hit by a huge barrel though,
Ooh.
and GP's gonna have to flash away. Meanwhile, he's taking a lot of damage from Drees. He's just gonna turn around, parlay, and finish him off.
Rip.
Someone needs to tell on the wind, you don't fuck with pirates.
I was gonna try to say some type of witty thing about gold, and I was like, nah, dude, nah.
Nah. Oh. We see a little bit of salt coming in on the chat. GG comes out from purple, and then Quint on the wind immediately responding, nice 40%. Tensions are rising. We're gonna go ahead and see TDO pick up this blue buff. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Go ahead and clean up this blue buff here. Thor's gonna go ahead and peek and see what's going on. Be like, oh shit, I want. Oh, well, Lee Sin's gonna smite it though. He's gonna get a huge pulverize coming out though on 3 people. On the wind, doing a lot of damage to the Swerves. On the wind, getting ulted by the Vi. Everyone's kind of grouped up into this giant fuck fest. These fights are so spread out, I don't even know. I can't keep up with what's going on. Swerves and Cheeseburger are smacking it out. The Luchador is gonna go down to the Fox.
Oh!
But
The flank!
oh, the flank from Respect. All right, picks it up. Make sure that's an even 2-for-2 trade. That was, I mean, 2-for-2 trade's really good right now for Boosted. I think you're willing to trade all day at this point. But that's not
Respect with
gonna
the
stop.
500 ping kill.
Oh man, we see TDO just gonna go ahead and try to pick up this last outer tower. We'll see if they actually decide to go for it. But I think with 3, yeah, they don't feel comfortable taking the 3v3, so they're just gonna walk on back.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a Baron start or something in a little bit. I mean, really, you just need to force them to try to fight you, and
Yeah, no, I mean, that's
like
what we've
you're up
seen.
so much gold right now. Otherwise, just
Yeah,
like pressure the turret, group
like
up.
they have a 10k gold advantage now. I mean, that's a huge chunk of change at this point. And Vi's gonna come in, lands the Q on the way, doing a ton of damage. Quinn tries to get out, but then gets dunked. The Vault Assault and Battery, and Bird's beak is broken. Bird down.
Alright, sorry, I had to mute myself for a moment.
No, you're fine. Basically, Thermidor just came in and punched the crap out of Wind to get the solo kill.
Oh!
Yeah. He just came
then.
in, slammed him, and then ulted him, and he was dead. Zor's gonna get hit by the Braum Cube, but he's gonna put out a decent amount of damage on Lee Sin in exchange. He's just kind of harassing back and forth here while he's waiting for his team to catch up.
Well, shoot, man.
Yep.
Like to see him
looks like
pressure
nothing-
here soon.
I was gonna say, yeah, we see them like being really passive. It's like they almost don't know what to do, or they just don't realize how far ahead they are. Meanwhile, Thermidor waiting around. He's gonna get the Q onto Thermidor. It does a ton of damage. They're just gonna blow the ult, but they're not gonna get anything from it. Braum's gonna Q Thermidor, but he's just gonna walk out safely. Interesting. Ghost 32's gonna come around with Zwars, but Braum's just gonna hop to his Squeck to get out safely. And it looks like we're finally going to see a siege on one of these inhibitor towers. GP's on the top, and then we have 4 members of TDO coming for us. But Lucian's just going to go ahead and blow the coin to wipe the wave.
Oh, GP's still top, though.
Yep.
No TP either.
Oh, 30 gets caught
30
on by
gets
a
caught.
bomb cube. Longoman's going to flash in. Huge transmission through the team, but the GP also going to come in and it's going to zone them out. Meanwhile, Thorinson chasing after Swerves, cleans him up. Thermidor, Ghost 32 trying their best against 3 members. Exhaust goes onto a Squeck. Then the Vial comes through, doing a lot of damage. Huge pull rise from Ghost 32, but it's not going to be enough. And we're going to go ahead and see a clean ace here. Not clean ace, clean 4-0. Oh no, Ghost is going to go ahead and flash out to get the safety, but Thor's going to run him down. That was 4 for 1.
Yeah. Dignitas. Dignitas.
You know, I was doubting you, but
Still up
apparently-
8k.
yeah,
9k.
Yeah, that's true. 9k. Boosted Hours not going to get nothing for their troubles in addition to the kills. They're going to go ahead and get their second drug into the game, which could be really big if this game's going to go along and they're going to look to try and come back from this.
When the hell did they get the first one?
To do that. Oh, they snuck it. They just ward hopped over the wall and did it. Like, his team was right outside, but no one noticed. So, meanwhile, 30's gonna find Lisa, and he's gonna have to hop over the wall to safety.
Maybe a force Baron?
I don't know. I think they're definitely not gonna do that. They just lost a fight in their own jungle. I mean, it was 5v4.
No, they were
really
all
need to
backing, but they weren't grouped for it.
Yeah. I think they might just be worried about that. I think they really need to just also fight when they have GP there. This GP is absolutely huge right now. It's 6-0-6 and a boatload of farm. Him and Vi are really the big elements of this team right now.
Yeah, you could probably, even if they don't feel comfortable like grouping and sieging a tower, they could just split with the Vi and
Yep, Allman's gonna go in, bullet goes away, comes in really strong, goes in, jumps onto 30, but Alistair's gonna knock him away, and that's gonna be that. They did get the Sivir on the hunt all blown though, so did get some cooldowns there, but we're gonna see TDO coming down, looking for this mid tower. Meanwhile, GP's all the way off on his own in the bot lane.
Yeah, just not using this gold lead.
Yep. Trying to have a scary death brush. We're gonna see if anyone's gonna find it. Lee Sin's gonna walk through, but 30's gonna blow it early, but Thermidor's gonna come over the wall anyway. He's gonna land the Q.
That's just foolish on
yeah.
PSM to go into the jungle, man.
Yeah, that was just not a smart play to walk into the jungle there. That's the second time now they're just waiting for fresh meat to come in, and they have
Meanwhile,
the
Wind
torch
is
and
just
they're ready
split
to cook
pushing.
it.
But he needs it back, otherwise they're for sure going to be getting this.
Yeah, Like, we're gonna see a lot of damage coming out to Cheeseburger from this gangplank. They have a gangplank
Like, Ghost
here.
just go in and die. Who just tank the shit.
Yeah, like, oh, so yeah, there we go. See, that now they understand. They just walk in, they take this tower, they're gonna take the inhibitor for free. Quinn still hasn't finished her recall yet. On the way, just getting caught on the wrong side of the map when a man went down. Oh, we might see. Oh, big crit coming out. Boomerang coming through. On the wind's going to be really low, but Cheeseburger's going to keep walking through. He's going to get battered up. And oh, the file's going to come through, put it onto Corky, but he's going to go ahead and flash Valkyrie out. When will they learn? This all this jungle has
Good Lee Sin kick, though.
Is just sadness.
Yeah, I know.
Like, there is nothing good for you in this jungle. Only bad things happen when I guess they did win that one team fight, but when they like caught them staggering their backs. But that's just like the 4th or 5th time this game where they've had like one person walk into the jungle and they're like, all right, well, let's go murder him.
They opened up the base though, so
yeah, opening up the base is really big.
This game should
like
be
the
done
best
in the
position
next.
right now. Have Baron up. Baron's available. You have supers coming in the bot lane.
Yeah, just group and push that top tower. And if you're boosted friendship, hopefully you can continue to win team fights.
Yeah.
But it's more so that they have been catching 5v4s and then catching someone out at the start is why they've been winning. And
yeah,
at this point, like, think twice, die once just needs to group up 5, push top lane, or even do Baron, but that's a little risky. I guess if you have been losing the fights, just push the top lane.
Yeah, so get the last
supers
will
tower,
push. Supers, yeah, supers will do their thing. We see GP on the top lane while the rest of TDO is kind of hovering around in this top jungle and mid lane. Looks like they're gonna like take both your advice. They're gonna go push 2 lanes. Oh no, they're all rotating. They want to get this last top tower. Lee Sin's all on his own.
That
so
Lee needs to back out.
Here. Yep, Vi's gonna go in. He's gonna flash out. Yep, and he's just gonna be safe. No other chase onto him. The rest of the team's coming in.
Oh my god.
Cinder ult's blown. They're gonna go ahead. Russian Fisher comes through. GP Cannon Barrage comes in. Big Valkyrie from Corky splitting off the enemy team, but he's all on his own now. He's gonna blow up 30, but he's gonna get blown up in exchange. And Ari's gonna land the flash charm onto Cheeseburger. Meanwhile, Thermidor and on the wind juking it out. Thermidor just smashing every single person that gets in his way, picking up the triple kill and a
that's GG.
4-for-1 ace, and that I imagine will be GG.
Yeah, they fought after the tower was dead. They probably should just gave it up. Fought on the inhib tower.
Yeah, I kind of wonder what's going on in the comms there, but
that's the game.
Yep, that's a good game. That was
Took a little bit longer than we thought it might, but
no,
in the end you got the W, and that's
fun.
what matters.
We had a lot of action.
For how it started a little slow, and then it just turned into a bloodbath.
Yeah. That just yeah. Wow. I mean,
So
who do you want to interview on this game?
I think you gotta go with Thermidor.
I would say I definitely want to talk to Thermidor. I figured that you'd have the same sentiments, so if you figure out Thermidor was the Vi. Talk to him, see what's up. Is he not on? We just. All right. Purple then.
User was moved to your channel.
Hello.
Hey. So we're also gonna grab your comrade Thermidor in here, but apparently he's MIA.
Yeah, he had baby issues. He's got to go take care of.
Ah. All right.
That's why you guys decided to end the game. All right.
Yeah, makes sense now. So coming off of a really strong game on that GP, how'd you feel about that? Like when you were coming into the laning phase, it would start off pretty even, but then the next thing you know, like you got a kill and you just snowballed the hell out of it.
I mean, I figured. I mean, Gangplank only needs 2 items, and then he's godlike, right? I.e.
Yeah.
Infinity Force. I mean, that's what happened. Got those, and then I got a quadra kill, and game snowballed from there.
So I got a
Yeah,
question.
no.
You guys had that huge fight where you got the quadra kill. You were a big monster. Vi was a big monster. Why didn't you guys just group and push your advantage when you
We
were up?
were.
Like,
So we
Well,
were. What you're
Go
talking
ahead.
about when we got caught, right?
you guys got caught like twice, and then you were just
Okay.
split pushing.
Yeah. We were trying to get the waves ready, and then we were gonna group as 5 and then push down the towers, because we knew that we can dive them. You saw in the bot
Okay.
lane once we kind of executed that strategy.
Right.
But besides that, yeah, we got caught a little too much, especially when we were ahead, which kind of gave them a little life. But I think we closed it out pretty solidly.
Yeah, not too much. You guys are still like, well, up in gold.
Yeah. Was there any point in that game you guys were like worried about it, like after the 4-for-1 fight or anything like that, or did you guys just kind of just know it's like we have a
I
huge
think
lead, we're fine?
we were most worried when we were deciding on who to ban, and once we saw their bans and then their entire champion select, we were like, all right, this game's ours.
Yeah, you saw on the replay.
All right then. That is one way to put it then. Very confident going into the game, and
Yeah, no, we think our team comp definitely was a lot stronger than theirs.
Yeah, very strong. You guys did well. I liked your guys' team comp more at the start of the game.
yeah, we both did.
So
All
since
right.
we could get Thermidor in here, do you have any input on how he feels about the new Vi? And obviously he did very well.
He's really good on a lot of champions, and I don't think a lot of people know that. And I mean, I guess you guys saw it in the first 2 weeks with him playing Nocturne and carrying on him. And it's just another carry jungler. I know Blab wanted him to go. What was the item? I told him to go Dustblade, and then
Oh yeah.
Zwerbs told him not to after that.
No, it's an alright item. I wish he was in here. I'd like to ask him on why he still thinks that the Blade of the Ruined King is. I mean, it's still
Oh, I didn't
effective
see what
on
his build
Nocturne.
was actually.
Yeah, he does. I think he does Devour Blade.
Yeah.
That was
Okay,
on
yeah.
Nocturne. This time he did.
Yeah, no,
he did
that's what I mean.
Cleaver.
Okay,
Or
you did
Nocturne,
Cleaver.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys did really well for the early stage of the game, which transitioned into. And that's kind of what we were saying. If you guys got out to a lead early on, it was over because
Okay.
your
Yeah.
mid and late game is just superior. I thought.
Yeah, that's what we figured.
Yeah, well, congrats on the win. And
Thank you.
if there's anything else you want to say?
No, I don't think there's anything else.
All right. Well, congrats and have a good one. And see you
All
around
right.
next week.
All right, you too.
Good luck.
Bye bye.